State is calling 2023 CR 7220, State of Texas versus Ricky Perez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
Defense?
Commissioner Seconds for the defense.
And are you Ricky Perez?
I am, Your Honor.
All right, in defense, can you pronounce your name again, please?
Ricky Pettis.
No, defense, can you pronounce your name again for the record?
Christopher Simpkins.
All right, thank you. And the reason why I asked, I'm reading the court reporter's record, and I think you said it too quickly. All right. Counsel, have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Pettis, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of theft under $2,500 enhanced? That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, I do.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
I understand that.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
I understand.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, I reviewed that. Yes, I do understand.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 102 days in the Bexar County Jail under 1244. There are no applications. State will take in consideration 2023 CR 7219 and NIMEG number 734-805. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Defense is at the plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
State is at the plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
I am not, Your Honor.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence to present?
Your Honor, I offer State's Exhibit 1 and the attachments.
Any objections?
No objections, Your Honor.
State, you may continue to confirm.
Thank you, Judge.
Showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
That's correct. Yes, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, in all appropriate places.
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state would be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. After reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentence?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
I believe he has 102 days credit in the Bexar County Jail. We just ask that you follow the plea bargain and satisfy the judgment.
All right. Court will find you guilty, sentence you to 102 days under Bexar County Jail, in the Bexar County Jail on 1244. Take in consideration 2023 CR 7219, NIMEG number 734-805, and there's to be no contact with any HEB. You're gonna have to find some other place to shop. You understand?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Gonna show you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Perez, I see that you went to the pastry portion of HEB and just started taking things that don't belong to you. You're not allowed to steal. I don't care if you're hungry. If you haven't had any foods, you're not allowed to steal. It's better to ask, hey, I don't have any money. HEB does do charity work. There's the Salvation Army. There's the food bank. There are plenty of places to go if you want something to eat other than stealing. You understand?
I do.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, because what date? Okay. What, he's just gonna be sitting in jail while he's waiting for that?
He's gonna get bonded.
Give him his reset form. All right, which case is he pleading on?
On the, it's an indecency by contact, second degree.
All right, court is calling 2022 CR 6930. Oh, has he been sworn in?
No, I haven't.
Oh, he hasn't been sworn in. They're gonna swear him in.
So wait for me.
That's okay. And this will be it. And then we're taking our break. And Diana, you can be back at 1:30 because it's gonna take the jury a while to line up.
You can have to sign that.
I will. Thank you, Norma.
All right, court is gonna call 2022 CR 6930, State of Texas versus Pete Garcia. Can our parties announce for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
Daniel
Defense.
Delagarde for the defendant.
Are you Mr. Garcia?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Garcia, did you review the document entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented? It appears that you all are proceeding on count one. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you are waiving counts 2 and 3. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections?
No, that's right. No, Your Honor.
Mr. Garcia, I'm showing you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, sir, I did.
Going to show you what's entitled court admonishments and defendants waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, sir, I did.
Did you understand and count one of the indictment, you're charged with indecency with a child contact? That's a second degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Judge.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Judge.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Judge.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Judge. I did.
Did you intend to give up those rights and did you intend to give up those rights and enter a plea in this case today?
Yes.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, Judge.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Your Honor, and I've prepared for trial, but we like this agreement and that's why we've entered into it.
All right. Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Mr. Garcia, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
According to the plea, state is proceeding on count one. Punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 8 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine. State is opposing your application. They will take in consideration 2023 CR 8852, 2023 CR 8851. There's to be restitution, if any, in cause number 2023 CR 8851 and 2023 CR 8852. Chapter 62, restitution and no contact with the complainant in this case. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
None were necessary.
Then to count one, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State any evidence
Your Honor, I offer State's Exhibit 1 in the attachments.
No objections.
showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence States Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing States Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer the finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Ms. Ferguson, I need a date for sentencing. All right, we will see you then.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And we are on break. Court is calling 2021 CR 4086, State of Texas versus Tyrone Shepard. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garahan, Your Honor.
Defense?
Thomas Lane for Tyrone Shepard.
Are you Tyrone Shepard?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
We were set today for a discovery hearing on some material that had not yet been produced. It was, I believe, not in the state's possession. I believe that issue is now moot and we're willing to move past it. Mr. Shepard has decided to take a plea deal in this case.
All right, is that correct, Mr. Shepard?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, the court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Shepard, I'm showing you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication or community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor. I did.
Showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, I do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, we are, Your Honor.
Are you proceeding with the deadly weapon allegation?
Well, Judge, I don't know. I didn't take it. Maybe
Okay.
it's SBI or the deadly weapon.
It's SBI. I thought.
Okay, but it looks like we're just the SBI, so it looks like we are waiving the deadly weapon allegation on.
All right. Any objection?
No objections.
All right, Mr. Shepard, I'm showing you what's entitled court admonishments and defendants waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with aggravated assault, serious bodily injury as a second-degree felony? Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine.
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Did you intend to give up those
Didn't
rights?
intend to do that, but.
No.
My attorney and I conferred this morning.
No, my
That was
question, no.
that was-
Listen to my question. The rights that I've just gone over with you, do you understand them? The rights that I talked.
To have learned them in the past 2 hours, not fully.
Oh, well, let's do this. Do you understand that you have a right to have a jury trial?
Yes, I do understand.
All right. Do you understand that a jury trial would consist of 12 people sitting in this jury box?
Yes,
The state would present evidence to them through question and answer. Your attorney would have a chance to question and answer them. Question them. Do you understand that?
yes, Your Honor.
All right. Do you understand, because you're entering this plea agreement, that the state is not going to call any witnesses? Do you understand that?
I understand that. Your Honor.
Do you understand that your attorney then is not going to be questioning any witnesses because no witnesses are being called?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Did you understand that if you were going to jury trial? Thank you. Did you understand if you were going to jury trial that the state could not turn and say, we want to call Mr. Shepherd as a witness? Did you understand that?
Like I said, Your Honor, in the past 2 hours, all this has been thrown at me. So no, I
Time
haven't,
out.
but I understand it. I understand the things that you are saying to me right now. I
All
do
right.
understand
Awesome.
that.
So you understand
Yes.
that during a jury trial, the state couldn't call you as a witness. You understand that?
Yes, yes.
But because you're entering this plea, you can be called as a witness. You understand that? I'm not saying the state is going to call you as a witness, but when you enter a plea, you're giving up your right to remain silent. Do you understand?
Yes,
All
I
right.
was explaining that.
All right.
Yes.
So do you understand all these rights I've given to you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And you want to go forward with this plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yeah, yes, Judge,
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes,
Mr. Shepherd, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea? Has anyone forced you to do this? That's either yes or no. And let me explain something to you. Forcing somebody in a plea doesn't mean you're being forced because somebody tells you, well, if you don't accept the plea, then you have to go to jury trial. That's not force. So did anybody, other than telling you that, did anybody force you to enter this plea?
In a way, do I feel forced? I feel forced, yes, but no one has forced me. I do feel forced.
All right, you want to talk to him about why he feels forced off the record, or do you want to inquire?
I'm happy to speak to him off the record, Judge.
All right, I'll let you all speak off the record.
Is that for the dismissal to that?
It's for the assault. on the public
Okay,
safety.
just making sure.
Norman, this is who I
It
have.
should be, if you want to check the file number.
All right, we are back on the record in 2021, CR 4086, State of Texas versus Tyrone Leonard Shepherd. So where we left off, Mr. Shepherd, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or forced you to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Sure, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied? Yes or no?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial, showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, there's a $500 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. They're taking into consideration 2021 CR 8392. There's to be restitution to and the anger management course. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Defense,
That's correct, Judge.
state.
It is, Your Honor.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
There were several motions to compel discovery that the court ruled upon, I believe.
Mhm.
Those are the only outstanding motions.
Outside the agreement, the state is asking that your deferred adjudication be for a cap of 4 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 150 hours of community service restitution, and no contact with. Did you understand that those are recommendations from the state? Court does not have to follow those recommendations.
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, Your Honor.
State any evidence?
Our state exhibit number 1 with all its attachments.
Any objection?
No objections.
Going to show you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same.
And I briefly, Judge,
Yes.
another, I guess, condition of his probation was that he be allowed to transfer to Georgia, where his family is and
Okay.
his support structure there.
All right. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, please, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Judge, I would remind the court that Mr. Shepherd has already spent more than 1.5 years in the Bear County Detention Center on a mental health hold. He received 0 treatment. While in the jail, he was eventually released, following a subsequent finding of competency by the magistrate court. He has never missed a court appointment. He has no prior criminal history. He is a veteran. The complaining witness was a veteran. This essentially is a mutual combat self-defense case. The question being reasonableness of the self-defense. For that reason, I would ask the court to give Mr. Shepherd 2 years deferred adjudication and require him to participate in mental health treatment the entire period.
All right, Mr. Shepherd, where in Atlanta? I'm sorry, where in Georgia?
I'm not too sure at the moment, Your Honor. I'm not too sure at the moment, Your Honor. My parents have not made the decision.
Okay, so here's the thing. Before I allow you a transfer to Georgia,
Can I?
I-
Okay.
yes.
And may I speak to that also? I spoke to his father. His father has informed me that they have a place for him in their home. They have several acres and a home for him to stay in.
but where in Georgia? I still don't know that answer.
Parents-
It would be in Brinson. Brinson.
How do you spell that?
Brinson.
And what county is that? Does anybody know? Any objections to me Googling? We'll see if Google knows.
No objections.
Oh, it's Decatur County. Okay. According to this, if it turns out it's not Decatur County and they're wrong, you need to let probation know.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court is going to sentence you to 3 years deferred adjudication. There's to be no contact with and restitution to. Do you have any children? Yes, you.
I support 2 kids.
What are their ages?
One is 5 and the other is 2.
All right. I'll allow transfer to Georgia and Decatur County. And Ms. Abrams, Google tells me that Brinson is in Decatur County. If it turns out it's not in Decatur, let me know. There should be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular UAs. All right, and I want him to get in contact with Decatur with their mental health department. So I'll just say Mick, but I know it's not going to be Mick here once he's transferred. Yes. All right, so you to follow through on mental health treatment. And Decatur County, Georgia. And you're to follow up with the veterans, with the VA. And proof of employment or SSI within 45 days of transfer. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. 150 hours community service restitution. I'm going to require parenting classes. Once that's complete, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. Probation, is there anything else he needs?
Your Honor, between the mental health indicator and the proof of employment, you said something and I didn't quite catch it.
He's to make contact with a veterans treatment organization there. And I don't know if they have that. I just learned about this place called, well, this division under veterans treatment called Temple Domiciliary. I don't know if they have that there, but if they do, under that umbrella, they do take care of mental health. So you'll need to check into that, or your attorney can check into that for you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything else?
Your Honor, I just want to make it clear that although there is permission to transfer to Georgia, that he is to remain in Texas, in Bexar County until the transfer is accepted, and that could take anywhere from 30 to 60 days.
All right, so you're not to leave Bexar County until you're actually officially transferred to Decatur, Georgia. You understand?
That's cool, Your Honor.
All right. Is it cool, but do you understand?
I understand it, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
I believe he's also currently under monitor GPS.
All right,
I would
so-
ask that be removed.
Once he's transferred to Georgia, the GPS can be removed. There'll be removal of GPS upon transfer.
So he's on GPS with pretrial right now.
Mhm.
It's a totally different thing. We would need a condition for GPS for this, and then
Right, so here's the issue with GPS. GPS will not allow for that device to be paid for. So is he able to pay for GPS monitoring or no?
I'm unsure, Judge.
Are you able to afford to pay for GPS?
Not at the moment, Your Honor.
All right, so if there's no objection to removing it in lieu of the GPS, I can have him call into probation weekly. Is everybody okay with that?
No objection to the state.
All right, so we'll remove GPS. And he is to contact probation weekly until transfer. And if for some reason Georgia decides not to accept him, y'all can come back and I'll see what we're doing with the weekly reporting.
yes, Judge.
All right, is there anything else he needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, Your Honor.
Showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you. We can go off the record. If you want to go to Veterans Treatment Court and find out where they're having their staffing, they would probably be able to help him get in contact with whoever he needs to be in contact with Georgia. So there's a seamless transition.
Do you happen to know where Veterans Treatment Court is?
All right, does anyone know where the location of Veterans Treatment Court, what floor?
No,
No, it's 186.
186.
That's the second floor.
Just a second, I'm going through these conditions with the.
All right, so she'll
Oh,
confirm.
that's the third.
Thank you very much, Judge.
All right, you're welcome.
Yes, it is.